Okay. So here we go. Canvas. Let me think. Okay, so it's chapter 5. Let's see. It's not that easy getting those videos, which is so crazy. But once I find the link, I'll put it in an announcement for everybody.
Well, while
So,
you're looking for that, can I ask you a question?
yeah, of course.
Is the link for the test on Thursday already open, or does it only open on Thursday and we have a certain time to take it?
Oh, that's a good question. Do you want me to open it tonight? Because I could open it. I don't know. I
Let's
think
see what Leland says.
yeah, if
It
you want
is
to,
open
it is.
Okay,
All right,
perfect.
all right, good. And
because I already took it.
oh,
Oh, you turkey.
all right, good, Lee. Look, I think
But
I
my
yeah.
grade didn't come over.
Okay.
No, because I didn't put. I have to put it in I think I have to put it in. Oh, it
Oh,
didn't come over? No. You know what? Take a screenshot, Lee. I'm having a lot of problems with this business of the grades not coming over. Take a screenshot. Always take a screenshot for your own safety. Send it to me and I'll just put the grade in.
okay.
Because I don't know what's going on with this business. I'm disappointed. So
I was afraid to click on it and start it, and then, oh crap, I'm not ready to take it yet. You know.
Oh gosh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, make sure when you make sure you got plenty of time. I mean, worst case scenario, I would help you with that if that happens.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kelly,
Yes.
you've been on here with me every week. You're not going to have a problem.
No,
Good.
exactly.
At all.
I wish everybody, the people who don't need to be on these Zoom meetings are the people who, you know, they're not here, and then they complain to me, and it's sad.
I felt horrible. I didn't even realize that there was 2 a week, and then you sent that email, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even know there was a second one, and I was missing something." So,
Oh my God, I know. The way it's set up, it shouldn't be so difficult for you to figure things out. I'm gonna have to work on that. Right now, I can't do anything because people started working on things, and I can't touch it once it's been worked on. But it's definitely the course needs it needs to be fixed a little
hey,
bit
you're
better.
learning this online thing just like we are.
Oh my God, you have
I
no
think you're
idea.
doing fabulous.
Oh,
So.
thanks, Kelly. My cousin was making fun of me. He teases me. I said, I got a TV show running here, If you look behind me, I just got a tapestry. It's a library. Can you see it?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is the sun comes through and you can't see it too well. Let me see if I can pick it up a little bit. But he was like, what do you go? Are you at a library? My cousin was like, are you? I said,
That's
no, I'm not.
cool.
Yeah, I thought it would be cool because, I don't know, it just makes us feel like we're, all right. So let me think now. You have the 15 version. I always get confused because one of you has the 15 version, financial accounting, and managerial has the 14 version. So it's really confusing. So if you were to go to cengage.com, you would go this way, just in case you want to get in here. You go Cengage Now V2, and that takes you over here, and it loads. See how it's twirling? And then, but like worst case scenario, you want a video, you could always let me know, and I can give you the link. Now, for some reason, I'm having a problem because there's nothing here now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. They're having some diversity training, so it looks, I don't know. I can't seem to get into the study thing. Let's try one more time.
Well, if you can't get the video, I don't need it. But
I know, but it would be
it's always nice.
It is always nice. Sometimes she explains things that I miss. Fostering diversity. It's almost like they have this instead of me being able to. Let's see. Let's try one more thing. Let me close this. I'm always afraid I'm going to close something that I shouldn't be closing. Okay, so here's this. Let me try going through assignments. This income statement we're going to do, thank goodness, is not that involved. So I'm happy to say that it's not going to be like last week where we did that assignment, which was really involved. All right, so we're going over here. Let's see. This loads the assignment. But let me see.
The assignment's really quick. It took me like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you do not have study tools available. How crazy is this? Doesn't have it available. I'm going to have to call them. It's not here now all of a sudden. That's crazy. I'm going to have to call them tomorrow. All right. So I'm sorry about that. You know something? I'm trying to think. Yes. I've been trying to put the links here, but I didn't do it for this one. But I've been trying to put more information in Canvas so you don't have to go nuts with the Cengage. So let's go back. Let me go find the worksheet. It's not that involved, so I think you'll be okay. So let me find, okay. So here's the Cengage template. It's not so big.
Okay.
And as you know, the income statement is revenue less expenses. That's what it really boils down to, revenue less expenses. And with what they call a multi-step income statement, it has, different, it has like the sales and the gross profit, and then it has expenses, operating, administrative, and then finally it has other revenue and other expenses. So it's multi-steps. The other option, which is not preferred by GAAP, is where you put all the revenue on top and all the expenses on the bottom. You still come up with the same net income. That's not going to change, but it's the format. But GAAP likes the multi-step version, which is this. And this is a real tiny income statement. So let's see. So I'm trying to think. I think we have to add stuff. I just want to see. I haven't even looked at this. How bad am I? Okay. So they give you a bunch of information. Does everybody have their book tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And you too, Lee? Oh, thank God. I don't have to
Yep.
type it in. Okay. So
No.
oh, good. Now notice they give you, I think, the answer. Yeah, they do. They tell you, see that little check mark and it says net income 1,720,000. It's like an orange, like burnt orange. It's over in
Yes.
the,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
that's the answer that you should come up with. So in other words,
Oh.
so if I put that number in here, guess what happens? It's going to accept it.
No.
Yeah, see? Because that they give you a number, and that's great when they do that because you know what you're trying to strive for. So on March 31st, let me shut that door. He sees somebody on the patio. I don't know who he sees. Toby, who's out there? I have a patio.
That was coming from you, Leland. I thought that was your house.
No, it's my
Oh,
dog.
no.
I love
She was
that.
barking a minute ago.
He's usually quiet, but somebody must be passing by my patio. He's a good watchdog. So they give us a whole bunch of stuff here. Now, the thing is, you have to know what you need. They throw a bunch of stuff at you, and then you have to know what you need for this problem. That's the whole trick of it. Well, accounts receivable is an asset. That's on the balance sheet, because balance sheet is assets equal liabilities plus owner's equity. That's the balance sheet. Income statement is revenue less expenses. The next one is accumulated depreciation building. That's also on the income state on the balance sheet. That's a contra asset. CONTRA, a contra asset that is with building. That goes with building, which is like 2 more accounts down from there. Administrative expenses, we're going to need that. That goes on the profit and loss. So we're going to need that. And let me just see. It's a pretty big number. So chances are it's the top one because they usually put things in the size order. So I'm going to put the 435,000. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. So maybe, let me see. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Maybe it wants the other one there. I don't know. Selling expenses. Yeah, it likes that better. Okay. Wants selling expenses. So it's smaller to bigger. I don't know. I always think, oh, it's 575. I thought that 5 was the dollar sign. It's 575,000. So selling expenses are larger. So I looked real quick and I thought the 5 was a dollar sign. Then the next, okay, so put a little tick mark. Did anybody ever know what a tick mark is? I wish I could draw. Can I draw with this? No. A tick mark is like, it looks like a tick. You know how a tick kind of has like a funny body? It almost looks like this, a tick. Well, that's a tick mark in accounting. You put a little tick mark next to something so you know that you accounted for it. You put it on your income statement because you don't want to put it on there twice. So the building, that's another asset. That's not going to be on the income statement. Cash, another asset. That's going to be on the balance sheet. Common stock is part of the equity. Cost of goods sold, that is on the income statement. That's going to be under sales. And the amount is 5500123. Uh-oh, did I do it wrong? I don't know, maybe I did it wrong. Enter items to be deducted in this column. Enter items. Oh, I guess they want a minus there, maybe. Maybe they want a minus. Let me try. So you can tell that I didn't do this problem ahead of time. Yeah, they want it as negative. That's the only thing. So sometimes if you put a number in a Cengage template, you may be having the right number, but they told me, look what they said. When I put this over here, they said it has to be a negative value. So they gave me a hint. If you hover the plus sign by the place, it'll give you a hint as to what's wrong. So the 5,500,000 is going to be on the income statement. Dividends, that's not an expense. It's not revenue. It's part of equity. It's a reduction of equity. So that's on the balance sheet. It's actually on the retained earnings statement, and then it gets, then the retained earnings ends up on the balance sheet. Interest expense, that's an expense. So that's going to go on the income statement. And that's going to be a minus, I guess, because let's say, because it seems like they want the certain things minus. Yeah, it liked the minus. So 15,000 expense. Inventory is an asset. That's a balance sheet item. Notes payable is a liability. So that's another balance sheet item. Office supplies is an asset. So that's on the balance sheet. Retained earnings is an equity account on the balance sheet. Salaries payable is a liability. So that's on the balance sheet. Sales, that's revenue. So that's going to go, they call it sales, and here it is, sales, 8,245,123. There it is. So here I can just do the calculation. I'm going to add these together. Why? Because one's a minus. So if I minus a minus, then I end up adding it. So the answer, the gross profit is 2,745,000. The selling expenses will go, we have them there ready. And store supplies, that's another asset. So what are we missing? We're missing something. Oh, administrative expenses, the one that I put in the wrong place. So that's
Excuse me,
good.
sorry. So
God
sorry.
bless you. That's okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
God bless you. So now I'm going to add these two expenses together. Notice that sometimes when you see an income statement, they have two columns. The reason is that they kind of do subtotals here and put the subtotal here. They have the detail here. That's why they make this extra column. A lot of people get confused with that because they don't want to clutter up the last column. So they kind of go off to the side, do the calculation, and just put the total number. But see, somehow I put the wrong number here because it doesn't like it. So plus and plus, I must have typed in something wrong. So no, it doesn't like that. Total expenses. What did I do wrong? Maybe it's got to be a minus. It's probably got to be a minus. So
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, how crazy is that? So minus, and then I'll put a minus. So let's see, how's that? Yeah, it wants minuses. Okay.
Huh.
All right. I mean, I don't know. A lot of times you'd put less expenses and then you would put it in as a positive. That's what I've seen. Like I'm talking about in the real world when you get a financial. Yeah, it would say less total expenses and it would just keep the number. Because this, for a client, they would get confused if they saw all these parentheses, to be honest with you. So now income from operations, you have your gross profit. Now, once you subtract the administrative and selling expenses, then you have income from operations. But of course, I'm adding both numbers because one's a negative already. So my income from operations is 1,000,000 $735,000. And now I have another expense. It's not in the course of doing business. This is an expense that happens just because I'm doing business, but I'm not in the business of loaning money. I mean, borrow money. That's not what I meant. But I must have borrowed money in order for me to have this interest expense. So I have to add that to the 1,735,000. And if I put the formula in, I will end up with the number that the book gave me, the 720,000. And they said, compare the major advantages and disadvantages of a multiple and single step income statement. Let's see. Let me see what the book says. The major advantage of a multiple step form income statement is that the relationships such as gross profit to sales are indicated. The major disadvantage are that it is more complex and the total revenues and expenses are not indicated, as is the case in a single step. So in a single step, you'd have all the revenue up here and all the expenses down here, and then you'd have one number. It wouldn't be all these different steps. They look like steps, don't they? So that's your multiple step. That's as easy as it gets. I want to try one more time. Any questions on this? Do you want to take a picture of this, anybody?
No.
I did.
Kelly, you did?
I
All right,
did.
good.
I wrote it down.
Got it. Good. So let me try one more time sharing the screen and see if I can try getting into that video. I'll try one more time. Maybe I just hit something.
Hey, Kelly, while she's doing that,
Yes.
so when you take the test,
Uh-huh.
a couple of hints. First
Don't get
of
in
all,
trouble.
no,
Um,
when you take it the first time, because you're allowed to do it twice in Cengage. So you take it the first time, you can look to see what you have wrong.
Okay.
Write down the numbers of the ones you got wrong so that when you go back in, because it doesn't take it away. When you go to take the second take, all of your answers are still there. So
Oh, that's great.
So you're just kind of looking at it. And I didn't write down which numbers were wrong. So I could only find 3. I couldn't find the 4th one.
That's great. Thank you. Definitely.
So let's see if it works this time. That's good advice, Lee. All right, so let's see. I see the study tools. No. What happened here? Be honest. How are your course materials working out? Oh, man, they don't want to hear what I have to say. They don't want to hear what I have to say. I'm going to say 3. Oh, yeah, 3. Trouble with grades of students transferring to Canvas and access to study tools is occurring. That's enough. I don't get into too much. I hope there's no more questions. Oh, no. I'll just say, okay, it's complicated. I'm going to say it's complicated because it is. I think it could be easier. Did you personally complete the term which, okay, adjusted assignment settings. Oh, integrated. I integrated. Okay, so I did all that. And I think that's it. Hopefully there's no more questions. I'm just going to do, I'm going to give them 3s. They won't be happy. Hopefully that's it. Inherited the course. Inherited course from chairperson. I mean, if a chairperson gives you the course, you don't want to change the course. You know what I'm saying? Because, all right, I'm just going to put an X there. So I don't, okay, thank you. Thank goodness I'm done with that. All right, so that's that. Is there any problems that you would like to look at? Anything at all? Anything? Because I just happen to have the whole answer key. Is there anything you'd like to see that I could show you the answer to? Anything? Just pick any problem you see. If you want to pick another multiple step one, I'll just show you we'll look at the answer together.
Are we talking about for chapter 5?
5, yeah, we're still in 5.
No,
I mean,
I'm going to go into the homework as soon as we're done here. And then
all
if
right,
I have
then
any
you can
questions,
leave.
I'll email you.
Yeah, of
So,
course. So you could leave. You could leave. You could
So,
definitely go if you want. What do you call Lee? There's another multiple step on 528, but it seems like you've got this one down pat. This wasn't so bad,
Yeah.
this chapter. Okay.
No, it wasn't. It
No,
wasn't.
I'm so happy to hear that.
The
All
only
right.
thing that was a little confusing for
Tell me.
me,
Yes.
and I think I understand it now, but just getting a concept into my brain was the 110 and the N30, how they
Oh, yes, yes,
they
yes.
discount the cost by the terms.
Yes,
And
if you pay it early, if you pay it within a certain time frame, then there's a certain percentage discount. So just read what it says. It's like a shortcut the way they put it, N30, whatever. Write it
yeah,
out in full. Maybe if you write it out in full, you'll be able to understand it better. There's one that's really popular. I forget if it's the net 10, N10 or something like that, 10% if you pay early. And then
yeah,
there's no discount if you wait
at the
to
30 days.
if the 30 days, but you got to be careful because like this, if there's a 1 day difference and you pick the wrong day, you could, a lot, what happened in the real world, a lot of the vendors, they take the discount and a lot of times we just let it slide. We got the check. We were happy to get the check. And a lot of times we just said, okay, fine. It was 1 day late. We let them have the
Yeah.
discount. So it's different out in the outside of the academic world. You just
I found it interesting though that it was cheaper to loan money or to borrow money to pay the bill than to pay it at 30 days.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
actually saved money.
You saved money, but you got to be disciplined and not
Yeah,
use the money. That's the key. You got to be disciplined and use that money for paying the bill and not for something else. That's the key, because then you can get in trouble. Then
yeah.
you can get in trouble. Is there anything else you want to ask me? You want to ask me anything about? You want anything at all? I mean, I can't
No,
think of. No, you're good.
I'm
All right.
good.
Yeah, I kept the lesson small because you guys are doing really well.
thank
All right, you're
you.
so welcome. There was something I had to do, and I'm forgetting already. Oh, I have to call Cengage. Do I have to open anything for anybody? You're all set?
Yep.
You're going to take the exam? Okay, great.
And I'm going to take a screenshot and I'll get that sent to you.
That's what you had to do. That's what you had to do. We're going to take a
And I have
screenshot.
that at the top of my list to do when I take the test. So
Yeah, please do that. Yeah, take the screenshot. All right, good. All right,
All right.
have a wonderful night.
Thank
you too.
you. You
Thank you.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.